Well, hello, hello, and hello to you. Do you sometimes feel like you just don't have the bold confidence necessary to succeed in business? Maybe you need a boost in your business confidence, or maybe you are just getting started and need some extra confidence to take that first step. Well, here are some tips that we're going to be sharing with you to build confidence in business on today. Welcome to Mom Live, where we help moms start, grow, and scale home based virtual businesses so that they can build the life of their dreams without neglecting themselves or their families in the process. We do this through coaching, content, and community. And we do this Mom Live, Making of a Mompreneur live show every week, every Wednesday at 2 p.m. live. So if you are joining us today live, go ahead and put hashtag live so that we know that you are watching with us today. Let us know where you're tagging in from. And we are talking today about building confidence in business, right? There's so much going on in the world today with TV and these images of what success is. And, sometimes it's a matter of being able to wear Gucci and um, all these other name brands that's out there when that may not be what is success to you. I mean, really, I think I put up a financial post in the private group a couple of weeks ago about finance. You don't know the millionaire that's right next door to you. Why? Because they don't really have to bling out. They don't have to wear these fancy clothes and pay all this expensive money on things just so that you know they're rich. They could care less if you knew, honestly, because their money is making money. Their money's money is making more money. Like, so the fact that you like them or don't like them, you know they're rich or don't know that they're rich, doesn't really matter to them. And so when you think about it, um, confidence, wealth is not necessarily about, but confidence can bring about wealth. And confidence in business in particular is what we're going to dive deep into today. So, again, if you're joining us live, go ahead and put hashtag live. And if you have questions or concerns or just comments during the show, feel free to put them in the comment field and I'll address them after the show. But I definitely want you to be engaged. I definitely want you to communicate. Give me some feedback. Let me know if what I'm telling you is helping you or not. Also, this is currently being hosted in our business page. So, these business page lives will be coming down in January. So um, if you aren't already a member of the Facebook group, the Mompreneur HQ, I want you to go over there and join the Mompreneur HQ Facebook private group. There, I do a lot more teaching. So here we come to you live once a week, but we have some sharing that we do within the group that we don't do out here. So you may hear me reference to some posts that I made talking about finances or some posts that I made with some tips on marketing strategy. That's not something that you see in the public facing group, but is in the private Facebook group. So feel free to join us over at the private Facebook group where we share daily in the group. And we have mompreneurs who are making moves in the group. So join us there in the private Facebook group, also named the Mompreneur HQ. And there you'll be able to get a lot more information, training, and access to other products and services that we offer. All right. So the first thing we want to talk about when we're expressing building up our confidence in business is education. And I know I want to talk about education, but I also want to talk about mindset. So, mindset is very important in building your business, just period. Your mindset. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. So, um, don't let my first bullet point, which is education, get you defeated or deflated. Education is definitely key to building your confidence, but If you don't have it, know that you can always get it, right? So that you're not stopping where you are right now because you're like, I don't have the education. I ain't going to do it. I can't do it. And, it also affects your mindset in the sense of imposter syndrome. I'm not certified. I'm not educated. I can't help nobody because I don't have these certificates and degrees to say that I'm able to help them. When the truth is, if you have experience, if you lived through something, if you've overcome, if you've triumphed over a product or a service or a situation or circumstance, that experience allows you to be able to tell someone else or to teach someone about how to avoid the pitfalls of that thing. If you've worked at a job doing some one thing for 20 years, for 5, 10, or 15 years, you have a skill that you can teach to someone else. So even though you don't have letters behind, a comma and letters after your name, your life experiences and skill sets allow you to be your very own expert in your own way. So I'm starting with education, but understand that if you don't have it, don't let it stop you. And that's the conversation around confidence. Be confident in what you know. Be confident in what skills you have. And be confident to be able to share that with the people who need it the most. All right, so let's get started. We're going with building confidence in business. And the first thing I want to talk about is getting education. And education helps us. It's a great confidence builder because if we've been educated in a particular field, we feel like we know that thing. We are the expert in that thing, and I'm going to be able to share it confidently because I know what I know, and my certificate says so, right? You may have a lot of great business ideas, but you don't have the know-how to make it happen. So what you can do is educate yourself about how to market your product or your service and who's the competition. What are they doing different? What are they doing to be successful? How can you reach your demographic? What kinds of advertising should I do? These are examples of some nuts and bolts education that you can actually Google for the most part. Of course, you want to get certain levels. You may want to get certain levels of education depending on what service that you're providing. But if it's something as basic as screwing in a light bulb, if you have a special skill set for screwing in the light bulb, that's great, but you don't necessarily need a certification to screw in a light bulb, right? But it's something to think about when you're talking about education and learning the best way to do something. Maybe it's not always the best way to um, um, put out a candle. Maybe blowing it is not the best way. Maybe you should use the little um, the with don't get me the lying. The thing that you use to put out a candle. I know I got some candle lovers and candle makers in the group. So you tell the rest of them what it's supposed to be. Put it in the comments, the word that I'm looking for. So, it may be better to use a utensil, a tool that actually puts out the flame instead of blowing the flame around, right? So that's your uniqueness, your way of doing things. But if it's something larger, like putting together a car, you may want to have some skill in order to do that. You may need to have a particular education in order to do that because you don't want to be trying to piece together a real vehicle as if it was a model car. It's not the same thing. It does require skill and certification. So if that's something that you love and that's something that you're passionate about, building cars, then get the education that you need in order to be confident in knowing, oh no, that car didn't break down because I didn't do my part, because I'm an expert in putting together cars. The car broke down because you refused to put oil in it when it was necessary. Ta-da! Just an example of confidence in knowing the product or service that you provide is the best thing on the market because you've educated yourself around that particular topic to make sure that you are the best at what you do. So that's what education is. So there's many ways to educate yourself, and so we talked about being able to just Google something or going to school and getting the proper education, but there's also the opportunity to hire a business coach like me to help you one-on-one to reach your goals and to learn the skill sets that you or to fill in the gap where there are skill sets that you need to learn in order to build your business. That's an opportunity for you to reach out to get the one-on-one help that you need, and even some group coaching opportunities that are available for you to get the help that you need to build your business and be more confident in what you're providing as a service, product, or service. You can also download ebooks. Mom Business, Baby's Business and Boundaries, right? The secret to work-life harmony for the busy mompreneur. You know, ebooks are available to help you and educate you on how you can do things in your business. You can sign up with boards. They have Pinterest boards. They have Quora, which is a board that you can ask questions on. You know, there's a whole bunch of boards and forums where you can where uh, business savvy people come together, they ask questions and get the answers that they need from other successful business people. Point number two, get focused, right? So sometimes we're distracted, um, we're all over the place, and getting educated is actually the key to getting focused. Because if you're educated in a particular thing, you know what things you need to highlight, what things you need to focus on, and you really can't boldly march forward if you don't know what direction to go in, right? So education gives you the tools and the map, and then focus helps you to uh, get direction, go in the direction that you need to go in order to get exactly where you need to be. So you want to take some time to focus on your business. What is it that you do? What exactly are you doing? What do you want to do? Who is it that you want to serve? Who is your target demographic? What is the market that you want to be in? If you have diverse interests, like me, I'm a multi-passionate person. I don't do just one thing, if you don't already know. But what I do find is that it can be difficult when, as a multi-passionate, trying to focus on what that one thing is that I'm going to do for my business. But it can be done. It just requires a lot of focus, because diverse interests can be distracting if you're unable to pull together your thoughts and focus on one thing at a time. So as a multi-passionate, what I found is that I really need to hone in on one thing at a time. But that is hard to do because I love and have an interest for a number of different things. I'm not just a one-trick pony, so to speak. So I really do have to focus. It takes a lot of work to focus on just one thing. But in the end, focusing on the one thing is certainly something that can be done and very beneficial in reaping the reward of the work. And for me as a multi-passionate, what I found is that if my interests are too varied, but I still like doing various things, I can put my one thing on the front burner and still have my little passions be driven to or from the one thing. So I do like coaching, and I do like business, and I do like real estate, and I do like e-commerce, right? And as a business coach, I can still offer those same things. I can still do one-on-one coaching. I can still do group coaching. I can still do digital products because that's passive, and it also is part of my offering to be able to help women entrepreneurs start and grow online virtual business. So online home-based businesses, right? So online business would be those diverse passions that I have, like starting an e-commerce store, whether that be t-shirts or hoodies or mugs or pillows, and then also digital products like um, worksheets and paintings or pictures. Then there's also my uh, journals and notebooks that I also do. Those are digital products, but those still fall under what I offer: online business services, that you can do home based, that moms can do from home while still having kids and family responsibilities. So they all are different things and they're what I love, but they all fall under what I do, what service I offer, and that's coaching to mom entrepreneurs who want to have a home-based online home-based business. So that's how you can use all of your multi-passions in one under one umbrella, under one business, but it's still crucial to stay focused on what it is that you want to achieve. So once you get yourself educated about your market and what you want to do, you can launch a focused business. And the next step would be, don't compare yourself to others. It is so easy to get lost in comparing yourself to others. First of all, you're supposed to do market research. So you want to check out your competitors, see what they're doing, see how they're doing it. But you don't want to get so overwhelmed with what they're doing, it's so inundated with what they're doing that what they're doing becomes what you do. You want to still be unique. You still want to find your zone of genius, and you still want to have something that differentiates you from the marketplace, something that's going to make you stand out from the rest. But when you're doing something for the first time, for example, you look at what they do, what other people are doing, and think that maybe you should be doing that too. So we all know that business women, the one, as we all know that business women, the one who has written 10 books, um, the one who has a dozen jobs and has a perfect house. And the truth is, you may not be that kind of person. And trying to make yourself live out their schedule and their goals is not realistic for you. It's really not advantageous to compare yourself to others. So you want to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success by setting your own realistic standards and compare your progress against those standards that you set, not the standards that everyone else set. Another thing for building your confidence in business is to start small. Don't wait for the right time to do something big, right? Start something small now. If you want to participate in a 5K walk, but feel it's too far or it's too long of a walk, start walking around your block. And then maybe start walking 1 mile a day. Then maybe start walking 2 miles a day. And then maybe you turn around and you're at 3.5 miles already. You're at 5K. These gradual steps to the big walk won't feel nearly as overwhelming when you just start. Just start. You want to make confidence a habit. We're not born with confidence, it is learned. So if no one ever spoke positivity and confidence into you, know that you can consciously work on building your confidence. Take daily action steps to change negative talk into positive self talk. Actively adopt the attitudes and habits of what you define as successful people. Now, we all have different ideas of what success is. So you don't have to go out and say, well, Entrepreneur Magazine says these are the top 100 successful women in business today. You might be that 101 person, or you might be that number 26 person. They just don't know it. But you need to make sure that whoever you're using as your benchmark is someone that you deem as successful, because it's not always about money. That person who's been building the business for 5 years and still hasn't gotten where they want to get, but hasn't given up either, that's someone who's striving for success. And that might be a trait that you might want to have, to never quit, to not give up, to still go after your dreams. Another tip I would like to share is that practice makes perfect. We heard this growing up as little children, and it wasn't about building a business then. It might have just been about that school play or getting that math problem right. Practice makes perfect. And there's nothing better for increasing confidence than preparation. Study your craft, read over your notes, record your speech and listen to it over and over again. Write down what you want to say and practice it, rehearse it. Whatever it is that you may feel nervous about doing, practice and prepare yourself to the best of your ability and step out in genuine confidence. It will show, right? You want to also know your value. The most confident people are those who know their own worth, what their time is worth, what their experience is worth, and what their services are worth. Time tracking is a great way to gather what it is that you're doing each day. And then as you're doing that, what you can do then is spend tracking what you do each day. And then what you can do is calculate what your time is worth from there. So there is actual dollar value attached to the services and the work that you do. And that's how you come up with your pricing. But if you are not doing any income producing work daily, then you're not going to produce income. And so if you look at it that way, how many clients do you want to work with each day or each month? How many hours a week do you want to work? These are things that you would want to calculate for the amount of time that you're going to be putting into the work that you do. And then you look at, okay, well, if my time is worth this much, $100 an hour, $400 an hour, $500 an hour, and I only want to work 5 hours a week at $500 an hour, that's $2,500, right? And so you kind of looking at what your time is worth there. That was just an example. It's not accurate. I'm just saying you want to know your worth. And usually your time is definitely worth more than minimum wage. Your expertise is worth more than minimum wage. So you want to consider that you want to know how much your time is worth, so that you know your value. And if you know your value, that gives you a confidence, an air of confidence that you will not allow certain things to happen. So if you know your value, you're not going to let keep doing things for free. If you know your value, you're not going to let troublesome clients try to rule your schedule. There's just things that you would do differently when you know your value and your worth. You want to examine your accomplishments and your achievements. Look at your credentials, review your client testimonials and your emails, and identify the transformation that you help people achieve. That's where the weight in gold comes from. The transformation. What do you help people to achieve? How do you get them from A to B? And when you learn that transformation that you provide for people, how valuable that transformation that you provide for people is, that builds your confidence. Lastly, I'd like to say, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. There are some people that, people will say, you got to have positive thinking, and you got to speak things into existence. It is said that there's a lot to be said about visualizing your goals and manifesting the life of your dreams. But even if you can't visualize the goals that you have may be too big. We started with start small, right? We talked about that earlier. Start small, but don't stay there. Because honestly, you want to dream big. Dream big. Go for the gusto. Have the confidence to go for whatever it is that you want in life. Whatever your dream is, put it out there. Put it out into the world. Manifest it by putting the action to it. If it seems big, and if it doesn't seem big enough, and if it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. If it doesn't move you to nervousness, it's not big enough. Dream the impossible dream and push yourself to do more than what you expected yourself to do. Because if you're staying in the comfort zone, you're missing out on the rest of the world, the rest of the opportunities, the rest of the money that you can be making, the rest of the clients you may be impacting if you're staying in your comfort zone. This little circle is your comfort zone, and the rest of the world is outside of it. So to be confident in business, you have to first believe in yourself. I know I said saved it for last, but it really is important to do it in to believe in yourself. And once you get confident, you will be more likely to attract the clients that you want to attract. And in turn, your confidence again will boost. You get more clients, you give them a transformation, your confidence boosts. You get more clients, you get the transformation, your confidence boosts. So it is almost like a never ever ending circle, but you have to start somewhere. And just to recap, we're talking about building confidence in business. We want you to get educated. We want you to get focused. And we don't want you to compare yourself to others. Start small, but don't stay there either. You want to make confidence a daily habit. Make it a habit, something that you do every day to build your confidence. Actively adopt the attitudes and habits of those who you define as successful. Practice makes perfect. Know your own value, believe in your success, and build confidence in your business. All right. I know that we talked about a number of things today, but it all boils down to if you're not confident in business, you have an opportunity to build it through practice and some other tips that we shared today. But if you need someone to come alongside you to help you along, to be accountable, to hold you accountable to your goals and your business dreams, then feel free to reach out to me on www.themompreneurhq.com/clarity call. We can have a chat about your business needs, and how I might be able to help you, and if we're a good fit to work together. That is a free call for all of those who are associated with the Mompreneur HQ, and it is free to use at any time during the booking hours, where you can just reach out and we'll have a conversation about where you go next. And if you're still looking to get organized with your business before 2022 comes in, then you might as well go ahead and get that digital business filing system for mompreneurs. The digital business filing system for mompreneurs is your digital organizer. It's like your digital file cabinet to help you to store all of your information regarding your business and your business needs. So that could be your EIN information, your hex codes, your client, your dream client, even your budget for your business. And we should be doing new budgets for 2022 already. So digital business filing system, go ahead and check that out on the Mompreneur HQ's website, digital business filing system. So if you have any questions or concerns, please put it in the comments. I'll be looking out for those who watched us live and any comments that you have. And I would love to hear from you if you watched it from the replay. So put #replay. Thank you. And until next time.